Well, I should explain the title. I got home from my neighbor's house. Computer started freaking out. The internet stopped working. It was unresponsive. I restart the computer, and my NVMe drive is gone. I spent like an hour panicking and crying. I just don't need this right now. I'm already kind of had high anxiety this past week. Uh, I updated Windows, and it seems to be fine now, but now my anxiety is really flaring up. Um, there's nothing important on that hard drive. It's just it's the drive I use for the games that load the most. It's not like I would have lost anything important. It's just it's triggering my anxiety, and anxiety doesn't always make sense. I really don't have anything important on this computer at all. Um, in fact, I have portable hard drives. I could back up pretty much everything important. If the drive got corrupted, it mostly would just mean reinstalling stuff. But it's really triggering my anxiety, and I'm not in a good spot mentally right now, so I'm just trying to relax. Just had lots of little things like that happen, and really screwing with me. You know, the gaming and stuff is my job, so I don't have like anything super important on here. Uh, it's just the computer is still my lifeblood, so having that kind of thing happen it's not easy on my mind. I guess that would be the way to put it. I'm thinking something like that happened. Yeah, it might have updated while I was gone. I don't know. It's working fine now. I see it right here. It happens to a lot of people. It happens all the time. So I don't know. Yeah, it really sucks when that happens. It does. It sucks. And things just stop working for no reason at all. It's very frustrating. I'm lucky I don't really have anything that important on here. It's mostly just stuff for the games. Um, and I have fast internet, so even if it did corrupt and had to format it, like I'd just be halfway out of commission for a day, which is not bad. I'm not gonna do it tonight because I'm too anxious. But in the morning, I'm gonna back up everything on my external SSDs. Just back up all the stuff, and that way, if that does happen, it's unlikely because there's so many drives on here, and that one's the newest one, so it has like barely anything important on it that I could fix it. But it's just a big spike of anxiety I didn't need tonight. I guess that would be the way to put it. It's kind of I had another attack a couple days ago, and I'm like still like not even partially recovered from that. So to have it happen again is it's really hard on me. I'm installing some mods right now. I'm just gonna chill out and just play some mods. I'm not looking to get triggered or pissed off tonight. Means no Stranger in Paradise. Not gonna be playing that game today, because that's just gonna trigger me too. That's not gonna help things at all, playing that damn game. As much as I have fun playing that game, that is not a wise choice right now. Play that game. As that port is hot garbage. Don't need to be triggering myself playing that right now. Yeah, that game's been stressing me out too, and it's like it has very little to do with the game itself. It's the shit port. No, I don't even want to touch that game today. Not feeling it. The game is not good for my mental health, and ironically, the frustrating getting killed in 2 hits is nowhere near as frustrating as it like making my computer launch into orbit. So I'm not touching that game tonight. Not at all. Not worth it. Got to take control over the shit I have control over. I don't have control over that game running like hot garbage. I want to grind more in that game because it's fun, but I'm not feeling any more tech support tonight, especially when it's unsolicited tech support. It's one thing if you like load up a game and you know it doesn't work, and you've conditioned yourself to like understanding that you might be fighting with it for hours. But when you get home and shit just stops working, like I don't need any more of that tonight. Yeah, it definitely sucks when you come home from work and you just want to relax, and then the technology just decides to flip you off. It's like, no, fuck you. You don't get to relax. Now you're just a ball of anxiety. That's kind of how I feel right now. I mean, I have the gift card. If there is something wrong with the computer, I can get it fixed for basically free. Um I'm trying to save that money for the graphics card, but I've had all these tech expenses lately that have made me cut into it. That sucks, but I'm glad that I have that backup at least. I have that couple $100 left of it still. So if shit decides to keep breaking, I have a security buffer, which is good. That's not what I wanted to use the money on, but it's nice that I do have that. I do have that backup. It's always good to have a backup. Okay, so let me load this up really quick. Yeah, I'm trying to do that tonight. I don't want to play anything that doesn't work tonight. I think that's it's better for everybody that I do not do that. I'd be more panicked if I had like some kind of job on the computer that involved like documents, like essays or something. Well, this is running really bad. I'm so anxious right now. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong. Can't things just be easy for me? I didn't do anything wrong. I don't need this tonight. Just work. This is so annoying. Just no reason at all. I don't know if the hard drive's broken. I don't know if the computer's broken. I don't have money to fix this stuff. I don't make any money. I can't have this stuff break. I just don't have the money. I'm having major anxiety. It's not working right. I'm trying to load the game and it's not working right. I can't handle this right now. I just want to relax. Everything's been so hard lately. I just don't understand. I can't have more anxiety. I can't. Flip it out. I don't know what to do. Games aren't working properly. Anything on that hard drive is not working. My computer's dying. I can't do this for somebody who's rich. I'm having major anxiety right now. I don't know what to do. I have so much stuff on here and I don't know what's wrong with it. The frame rate's all messed up. I tried loading Neo 2 and it's running like garbage. I'm sweating right now from the anxiety. I don't know what's wrong. Why can't anything just work out for me? It has to be so difficult all the time. I feel sick of anxiety. Now I have to test all the games and do all this tech support. The graphics card might be dying. I can't replace it. I'm so tired of this happening to me. I can't take this stress. Now I'm panicking my graphics card is dying or something. I don't know what's wrong. I don't want to deal with this right now. I just want to just play some games and relax. I'm just conditioned to expect the worst. Because I've been through a lot. I feel like shit. I can't have my graphics card die. I have no money to replace it. Please just work normal. Crash. Great. Nothing wants to work right now. Nothing. Sick of this shit. It's hard to stay positive when stuff like this just keeps happening and I haven't had time to heal from any of it. Like, I don't know. My mind is racing right now. I can't have this break. I can't. I don't have the money to replace it, and I'm poor. Look at that $88 for this channel for the month. I don't make money. It would take, like, the developers I'm working with sending me money to fix this computer if anything goes wrong with it. And that's just really messing me up right now. I can't have that happen. I can't.
Devil May Cry.
I don't make what I deserve, so stuff like this is very, very nerve-wracking to me.
Not so fast! Now you're sucking red! Party time! Oh, relax. Yes, hell yeah! Go to hell! Jackpot! Lights out! Now go to hell!
I guess if it was the graphics card, there'd be artifacts and stuff, and there's not right now. I need to try to calm down. I could replace the motherboard if I had to. It's just I'm trying to save that for my whole upgrade plan, and this is really screwing things up. My mind just doesn't function properly. A hot mess. Too many problems. One thing I can think of is maybe Playing that stupid Final Fantasy game might have screwed stuff up. It's possible. I don't know what to think. That game was maxing out the computer and I played it for like 40 plus hours. It might have broken something. I know I know that the computer would turn off if it was overheating, but I might have burnt it out or something playing that stupid fucking broken game. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to do. My mind is giving me hell right now. No, uninstalling it's not going to do anything. That's the thing. If it caused some kind of lasting damage to the GPU, then the only way to fix that is to buy another one. This shit is just frustrating. I hate when this happens. Well, my mind's gonna be on this all day. Like, I can't. It's not that easy, you know that. Well, I don't have money to fix it. I don't have money to fix it, so this is really hard for me. It's really hard for me. It's just I work so hard on this and I just don't make anything, and it's hard to feel like if something does happen, I just can't work anymore. I can't. I won't have my outlet. It's hard for me. I just want to get compensated fairly for my work, but I don't. I don't know if something's wrong. I don't know how to test it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. My mind is racing. I'm just not handling this well. No, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Uh,
最初に言っておくが余計な真似はするな。お世話になっております。はい、すみません、よろしくお願いします。
なんだてめえ。
こちら
I think the worst it could be is the drive is dead. The drive is dying. I mean, it's only been in there for like a year. It's highly unlikely. I don't have anything important on it. It might be that the drive is fragmented. Or it's dying. I mean, this is fine right now. I'm not having any problems playing this at all. No, it's not the graphics card. I think we can rule that out. The card might just be croaked, which is fine, because I can just get another one. I think it's just the drive. Which I can live without having the drive. That's fine. I'm trying to calm down now. Sorry for getting upset. I think it'll be okay. I think I'm just gonna format that drive completely. I'm just gonna format it, and maybe that will fix it. If not, I could just take it out. But I was just recovering from another anxiety attack. I got home. The internet stopped working. The internet was working on my phone. The computer was non-responsive. I restart the computer, and the drive that's my fastest one, the NVMe, the M2, wasn't being detected at all. Restart it again. I did a power cycle, it didn't come back. I updated Windows and it came back. But now every game that I have on that drive is like tweaking out. It's not working properly. I'm thinking that's what it is. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna try something right now. Hold on. I know a quick way to diagnose this. It's a very quick way. Well, it'll take a couple minutes, but we're gonna do a test here. It's not an external drive, it's an internal one, but yeah, the games I was playing were all on that drive. So, I'm gonna put Neo 2 on the other drive right now. It might be, that's probably the quickest diagnostic I have right now, is to do that. So, we're gonna do that right now. Might take a couple minutes. I've never had this kind of thing happen before, so I have like I have no defense against it. You know, I've been using computers long enough that I can generally try to fix things on my own, but I've never had this happen before. I've been using computers for decades. I've never had it just like, oh, your drive just stopped working. I've never had that happen before. So all this is new to me. And when it involves expensive computer stuff with this whole chip shortage and stuff, like it's anxiety inducing. I think it would make anybody anxious. I feel a little bit better knowing that anybody would be like this right now. No, you're not alone there. Windows updates are like getting COVID tests right now. You feel slightly sick. That's what they're like. Honestly, after having COVID myself, I think it was easier to deal with that than it is to deal with freaking Windows updates. That stuff can just break. It can break something you need for your like livelihood for no reason at all. It really does feel like Russian roulette. Like straight up, just updating that thing is like playing Russian roulette. You're not alone there. And people that don't have the same mental issues that I have, I know that Windows updates are stressful. I watch a streamer. I guess every time Windows updates, his sound screws up. I'm like, well, that guy is a content creator for a living, so he kind of needs sound. He can't get by without it. In this case, I updated because I'm trying to like diagnose what the hell is wrong. This game is not working properly. Sometimes I just want to just give up on this. I don't know what is wrong with this game. I know you guys can't see it. I'm not even gonna bother. I don't know how to diagnose this. I don't. It's pissing me the fuck off. It really is. I'm trying to like compose myself, but I don't know what's wrong with this computer. It's just so frustrating. I wanted to trying to relax tonight, and this just happens. Like, I don't get it. Can't I just have something just work? Shit is really triggering me right now. It's not working properly. Some people say it's the patch. I moved it to the hard drive and it's not performing any better. So I'm just not sure how to diagnose this right now. If the drive is broken or what. This is driving me insane. I do not need this right now. I really don't. Just haven't been able to catch a break lately. I really haven't. It's the anxiety and the stress, the loneliness, and now this. Like, it's just, I can't deal with it right now. I'm just lost right now. I don't know what to do. I feel like hot garbage mentally right now. I really do. Let's try this. This is on the drive that crapped out today. I think if this works, everything's okay.
Yeah. Hut.
Yeah, this is fine. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Alright, well the graphics card's not dead. This is working fine. This is on the hard drive that crapped out earlier, so... I'm just gonna relax. I think things will be okay. Oh man, a snack sounds good right now. I'm sorry for getting upset. I feel bad that I get like that, but... It's just stressful stuff to deal with. I think everything is okay. I feel bad. I don't like showing my vulnerable side. But I also know that this shit is stressful to anybody, not just people like me with my mental problems. It's so expensive to replace stuff right now. This is working completely fine. Yeah, this is working fine. I think everything's okay. I know some people would help me if something did happen. I have to remember that too. You guys are very supportive. I got scammed on the PS5. You guys helped me recover from that in less than a week. So I have to remember I have you guys as a support system. I'm sure my grandma would help as well. This is running on the same drive and it's fine, so... I think it's just a weird coincidence that that game wasn't working properly. I'm having no problems playing this at all. I hate having anxiety, I really do. I wasn't asking for your help. Don't misinterpret me. I know I don't want you to be helping me at all right now. You need to take care of yourself. I'm talking about the community as a whole, not you. I'm not asking you for anything. Don't read me wrong. I know. Maybe I didn't convey that properly. I meant my community as a whole, not you. You've done more than enough. You've got plenty of shit on your plate right now. Don't worry about me. I'm saying in general, my community is very supportive when I have tech problems, so... Alright, I just didn't want you to think, like... Wasn't expecting you to... send me a down payment or anything. You don't have to do anything. Just being here and calming me down is more than enough. Alright, just making sure. You know, sometimes it might come off that way. Yeah, your car's all jacked up. I don't expect you to help me with anything. Anything financial, at least. My aunt's car is messed up right now too, so I can, even though I don't drive, I can sympathize. Her car is like my computer. It just, like, stops working sometimes. I know how expensive that stuff can get. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, Whoa, Tonfas! Tonfas. Forgot this game has Tonfas. How legendary is that? It's your turn, Monster Hunter. Ball's in your court, Monster Hunter. Come on. They added jump canceling to this game. Number one way to make a game better, put jump canceling. Yeah, they made it so you can do, you can jump cancel. Yeah, that game is really solid. I hope they get some big channels to play it. I don't know if they have the money to pay people to play it, but I should hype up that game, huh? Because I have the mobile version with all the characters and stuff. I'll probably do that a week before it comes out. I might play that game for like 3 days or something. That sounds fun. Yeah, that game is awesome. Just think the community is dumb because they complain about a $4 character on a mobile game. No gambling, no loot boxes. They're complaining about it. I'm like, you guys need to check yourselves. Like, this is the platform where people spend thousands to get a waifu character and lose their home and get divorced and shit. Like, you guys are throwing a fit over a $4 character. Flat rate, no gambling, no loot boxes. Exactly, yeah. It's not even the $99 packs, it's the people spending like thousands of dollars to get a character and stuff, and then like not being able to eat. That's what the problem is. I don't know, you can buy those packs and still like have a responsible adult life. You can buy those. It's when you're spending like thousands. Yeah, you should look at their Twitter account. People were complaining. I'm like, wow, like how entitled can you be? A $4 character. Yeah, the comments on their Twitter account are a good way to lose brain cells. I know going on Twitter in the first place is a good way to lose brain cells, but that's a good way to lose more. If you want to lose more in a shorter amount of time, go on there. Yeah, that game is not pay to win. That's what's weird about it. There's nothing in that game that's pay to win. I'm getting tired of the word predatory. I really am. It gets used in really bad contexts. Like, a mobile game with the $4 character is not predatory. How is that predatory? It's like, you know the developers have to eat, right? And they're doing it in the least predatory way possible. Like, the character's a price of a Happy Meal. Like, you can afford that. If you have a smartphone, even the cheapest, most bunk smartphone, you can afford $4 for a character. Come on now. That's like one less coffee a month. Like one less trip to Starbucks. You can do that. They're not asking you to buy loot boxes with a 0.6% chance. They're not asking you to do that. They're asking you to pay a flat rate for some pretty sick pixel art and a whole new way to play the game. Like, that is more than warranted. Yes, a lot of games are predatory now, but, I mean, you can't call that predatory. That's just... the entitlement. You can cut it with a knife. I'm trying to find the comments right now. I gotta go back on their Twitter account. Maybe they deleted them. I'm looking for them right now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, I found it. I found it. Oops. Uh, Hold on. at this. New character. You scroll down. Let me guess another in-app purchase character. Most characters are pay to play. It's $4. It's $4. It's $4. And you don't even have to pay. They let you get the fragments if you're that cheap. And you can't pay $4 for a game with sick pixel art like this. You don't even have to pay. Like, have you played King of Fighters All Stars? Have you played Honkai Impact, Genshin Impact? Like, that shit is way worse. Because you're gambling. You're not even getting a guaranteed character. $4. Like, what? How are you losing hope over a $4 character? What? Wow. The two people can't afford $4. Like, dude, a good smartphone is at least like 100, 200. I understand that different countries have different levels of income and stuff, but it's not like it's 50 times more in other countries. Like, you can avoid treating yourself for like one day and afford that pretty much anywhere. Especially if you have enough income to have a smartphone that can run that game. There's no excuse for it. That's the epitome of that should be in the dictionary for entitled gamers. Like, you know, the devs have to eat, right? You know, they're not like they don't like survive off photosynthesis. They have to eat and drink and have a roof over their head and the lights on. If anything, they should charge more for that game. Like, with how much I got out of that game, and I only spent like $30 on it, I want to give those guys more money, honestly. That game is awesome. It was very relaxing to play. I need to play it more. It reminds me of when the Street Sport DLC came out, and people were like, "You guys need to charge more for this." It's like, yeah, that was $8. That was $8 for like 3 characters, a whole new post-game mode, a new moveset for everybody. I guess that's the difference between the Street Sport community and the Otherworld Legends community, is people are more mature. Everybody in the Discord for that game is like, you guys should have like charged more. And I guess when a game is like a base price of like $20, $25, they don't want it to get like a lot of the fighting games right now. Like Dragon Ball FighterZ is always on sale for like $8, but then it has like $50 of DLC. I guess they're trying to avoid that. They want it to be like cheaper than buying the game like base price. Yeah, I wish I could have paid more for that too. anything, games are very cheap right now. They're the cheapest they've been. And despite how predatory the gaming industry has become with blind season passes and pre-order bonuses and stuff, like, if you wait and you don't need top-of-the-line graphics and you don't, need to play a game on day one, you're not like a content creator like me, you're just a normal casual gamer, gaming's cheaper than it's ever been, and despite as much people complain, that is very true. You can get AAA games for like the price of a decent meal if you wait like at least a year. I think people really forget that. Yes, there's tons of stuff that's predatory, but honestly, as long as you're not buying every game right away, you're not buying all that stupid DLC. Gaming's the cheapest it's ever been. Because most stuff doesn't have to be sold in stores anymore. You're just paying for bandwidth. You're just downloading the game. And shit, you even factor that in, like, gas prices are so expensive right now. So all the stuff going on, like, you don't have to drive to get games anymore. Oh, they're different. Yeah, they're different. I don't know, the thing I hate the most is the blind season passes. Like, they have that for Stranger of Paradise. They can't even tell you what's in it. I'm like, at least give me, like, a vague idea before I cough up $90 for a deluxe edition. That shit bothers me. I don't like that at all. It's basically just asking more money up front without, like, having anything to really show for it. I don't like that. You know the funniest thing about Stranger of Paradise? The pre-order bonus was these weapons. There's like a sword and a shield or something with unique skin. But it doesn't level up. So, literally within like the first hour of playing the game, you've already replaced it. It's already been power crept. That is the most useless pre-order bonus I've ever bought. You know, costumes or whatever are subjective, and costumes can be considered content, depending on the game. Like, this game here has paid costumes. I don't really care about them, so I don't buy them. But, like, to have a pre-order weapon that, because of the way that the power level system works, it's useless in the first hour of playing. You can't use it. Like, you might as well just not give me anything. It would have been better to give a costume or something. At least a costume is something that, like, doesn't impact, you know, your character progression or anything. It's just like a little nice bonus for giving them money up front. Nah, man, I think that pre-order bonus is the worst one I've ever seen. Like, give me a fedora or something, an eye patch or something. At least that's something that, like, I can still use. I'm surprised more people aren't talking about that. That shit is a joke. You get literally nothing. That's like if they gave you like a best in slot epic in like DFO, but it doesn't scale. So you're at level 1. You get like a best in slot epic, but it's level 1, and you have to buy some like package to get it. Some like real money package. It's like, okay. Show those goblins who's boss. like 20 minutes, and then it won't be useful anymore. What's worse is it's a unique skin too, and the skin doesn't get added to the drop pool. It's completely useless. Like, you're not even trying at that point.
僕が計算した弾道から逃げられるものなどいますか
Like, we'll give you raid gear for starting a DFO character and paying like $90, but then it's gonna be perpetually level 10, so it's useless.
深淵に飲み込まれろ
I don't know, the whole thing about pre-orders is it's just a way for them to get you to buy something at full price. That's really all it is. Because they know that they sell games for like nothing after they've been out for a few months. It's just weird that like with that game they didn't even try. Which is weird because Neo 2, the bonuses you got for that for pre-ordering actually got added to the drop pool. This is Punishing Grey Raven.
僕が計算した弾道から逃げられるものなどいません
私を見た者は弱い私は進行するためのやり方私についてくれる目標補足
それは隠れているつもりですか
進行するためのやり方私たちのすべての障害を取り除く
Alright, cool. He's maxed out. He's maxed out. Full resonance. The boy is maxed out. Yeah, I'm almost 6k combat power. Not bad. Alright, I gotta work on his homies.
取るに足りない。私と戦ったことを後悔する。
誰でもいいからかかってきなさい。私たちの技術全ての障害を取り除く。
取るに足りない。取るに足りない。
奪います。進行するための槍となる。私たちの技術全ての障害を取り除く。
取るに足りない。造形ない。
援助が欲しいってひざまずいて今夜なら助けてあげるわ。
できると思います。
この風潮から全てを奪います。誰がいいって言ったの？
私が全て処理する。取るに足りない。私と戦ったことを後悔する。
誰でもいいからかかってください。
私が全て処理する。
貫け正体の槍。私たちの技術全ての障害を取り除く。
取るに足りない。私と戦ったことを後悔する。
私思考これくらいの痛みなら私についてこれる。
私が全てしよ
この戦場から全ての奪い
う。取るに足りない。指揮官すまない。もう持たない。私の力不足だ。迷惑。指揮官
援助が欲しいってひざまずいてこうのなら助けてあげるわ。
No, I can't really get much farther than that right now. Oh, wait for my my recruit attempts to come back. Week's not gonna reset until I think Monday. Nah, I've already done pretty much everything in here too. Alright, well, I'm feeling much better now. Thank you guys for sitting through all that anxiety. Sorry I got upset. Seems like maybe the drive is going bad. Either way, I could get another motherboard if I had to. I think things will be okay. I'll have to monitor it. Worst case scenario is there's a repair shop in town, and I've given them like thousands of dollars at this point to repair this computer over the years. They offer to let me pay in installments. So, if it did come to that, which is unlikely, I would be able to afford it. And I know you guys would help too. You guys are honestly one of the best things that's really ever happened to me, so I'm very thankful. Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve it, but that's just my mind talking. I know I work really hard. I make good content when I'm mentally able to. I know there hasn't been a whole lot of that lately, but there's been some reasons for that. Stranger of Paradise. I'm just gonna write up a review for that game because I don't know if I want to play that game anymore. It's gonna look like garbage recording it. It's gonna drop frames all the time. I think I'm just gonna do a written review for that game. I'll probably do that like tomorrow or something when I wake up. I know people want an overview, but the port is garbage, and I'm having all these random computer problems. So I don't think playing a game that makes it get that hot is wise right now. I really don't think it is. So I'll write a written review. I mean, you've got plenty of... I have all my streams up of here, me getting pissed off at the bad port, so you have plenty of footage. I don't feel like I need to... I need to provide more for that game. I definitely will come back to it when they fix it, but right now, I just don't want to touch that game right now. Yeah, the game looks bad. It runs bad. Also, it's really lacking in polish in a lot of ways. I got all the achievements, I cleared all the content in the game. All that's really left is the grind, but the crappy port and how demanding it is makes the grind not fun either. So I think I'm just legit done with that game for now. Jitsu Squad's in a couple days, so I will be playing that. That's in like 2 days actually. So that'll be the next like major thing I'm doing. April, I really don't know. Probably just random stuff. That's part of why my earnings have been down too, is I just been playing random stuff, and I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I work with what I've got. I have a low income, lots of other stuff going on, and this past couple of days I've had really major anxiety. I haven't felt well. Uh, you like the Tales of Hearts art coverage? Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. I love that game. I wish that game would get remastered. I don't know if I have anything else really left to do tonight. That's pretty much it. Yeah, my shot for me was pretty much just fatigue, and the area where I got the shot really hurt for a bit. I couldn't lay on that side. That was basically it. Uh, when I actually got COVID, it was actually very minor too. Mostly just I couldn't taste for a few weeks. Uh, Aches, really weird wheezy cough. It just felt like a bad cold. But my aunt died to COVID about pretty much right when this started, so mentally I have not recovered. It's very frightening for me. But my aunt had uh, a lot of health problems, and she was in a uh, I don't know the word for it, but people who needed assistance to live. She was in assisted living. Who knows how much of a hot spot that was, but yeah, she passed away from it. So it was hard for me to catch it, but luckily I haven't really had any lasting effects. I've noticed that I've been more tired, but um, I have clinical major depressive disorder, so that tires me out. Uh, Other than that, my taste came back. I haven't had any problems breathing, so could be worse. It'll pass. It'll pass. Just make sure to stay hydrated and rest. For me, it was just water and rest, although I actually worked through. I still uploaded every day throughout that. I should not have done that, but I'm a hard worker to a fault. I don't know when to stop. But I also got hit very mildly by it, so it was okay. Mentally, I'm not okay. It's hard for me to deal with that because my aunt did die from it. Well, just be glad you're responsible enough to get the vaccine. There are a lot of people who aren't right now. I know there's lots of mental gymnastics with taking something like that, but uh, it's better than having it really cause any lasting effects. Trust me. For me, the lasting effects are mental, not physical. The only thing I really can notice is I have been more tired, but I have a lot of mental problems. I'm a hot mess mentally, so that's nothing new for me. I think just the depression from it really hit me hard, like not knowing how to deal with it and stuff. You guys are some of the best things that have happened to me, so I'm thankful. Very thankful. It's humbling. It's humbling to get help when I need it. No, I hate asking you guys for help with with the graphics card and stuff, but it's just the reality of it right now. I'm really not making much, so I need help. Hey, there's a Babylon's Fall demo if you guys want to try that game. Similar problems with what? Being tired. I've just been under a lot of stress, and that doesn't help either. Any games I'm looking forward to next month? I can't think of any. Honestly, no. Probably going to be another month of service games, which is really going to hurt my earnings, but it's kind of like what I'm enjoying playing right now. Uh, I don't think there's anything in here coming out next month. This comes out in a few days. You gotta love any game that advertises having a tag mode. Look at this shit, man. Ultimate. They have more stuff coming to this game too. It's not gonna launch with everything that they did in the Kickstarter. Uh, but they had very little feature creep in that Kickstarter. I think maybe by the end of the year, maybe they'll have everything done. So that's very exciting. That game will have content added to it for a while. Oh, actually, this game I was interested in. It's like a melee roguelike. This comes out in like a week. I'll buy this. Well, this looks like my kind of shit right here. Hope this game delivers. I won't be playing this next month. This game looks cool too. We'll definitely play this whenever it comes out, but it's got no release date. Otherworld Legends. Kind of waiting on this one to get updated a little bit more. That game looks alright. Oh yeah, Ganryu 2. What else? Yeah, this game looked kind of rough. Like one of those games where it like looks great, but doesn't play that well. Which is kind of the vibe I got from this game when I first saw it. Classic, like top of the line graphic and art designers, but then like the combat is really phoned in. That's what I'm seeing from this game. Some of these reviews are actually very nice. Like this guy's pretty much talking about shit that matters. The gameplay is not great. So I'm glad I didn't cough up money for this one. Maybe they'll fix it. Yeah, looks like they're already planning to do that. That happens a lot though with indie games. Sure, you noticed a pattern. They look really great in the trailer, and then you play them, and it's like Jank City. I try to find the stuff that's not like that, but sometimes I do end up buying games like that. I think they sold a decent amount of copies of that game, so I guess they have money to fix it. Those guys need to be commended, though, because I think they got approached by Epic to sell out and put it on there, and they didn't. I mean, that's pretty cool. I don't know, the thing about selling out to Epic and Stadia is that nobody plays your game. So, even though you get money up front, you're not getting any feedback. And the feedback is so much harder to get because there's no forum. That's how I felt about Young Souls. That game was okay. It's not something I would buy and play again. But playing that game on Stadia made it way worse. I'm not gonna lie. The Stadia platform took an already, like, not really stable game, and it just made it worse, because, you know, you're not actually running it on your own hardware. You're running it on their janky hardware and the bad connection and stuff. Yeah, there's lots of downsides to taking those deals that I think a lot of the developers don't think about. I mean, obviously, it's nice that you make your money back on whatever you invested, but there's other downsides. Uh, the first downside is people hate you for doing it, and pretty much people will just wait. They'll wait for it to be on other platforms. The other problem is there's no easy way to get feedback. And there's two reasons for that. The first is that they have no forums on the Epic Game Store or Stadia. So the people that actually can make changes and shit, they have to go on like Reddit, and Twitter, and stuff, and sift through a bunch of shit posts and memes. Like, like it does not make it easy for them to get feedback. Whereas, you click on any of these games that are out here, and there's problems, you can find like feedback. Or if it's just like the game is jank, people will provide feedback on how to prove it, how to fix it. And you don't have any of that on there. And then the other problem is there's so few people playing that you have less of a user base to like actually even get feedback in the first place, even if there was a forum. I think those are the things they don't think about when they take those deals. Is it makes it a lot harder to make the game better. I can't imagine being like a community manager for one of those teams and having to deal with all that shit. Like, it's like, okay, I'm trying to find out what's wrong with our game or how we can improve it, and have to go through a bunch of image macros and memes and shit. Like, it's gotta suck. At the same time, I understand why they do it, because it's really hard to make money making games now. Due to the harsh constraints of mobile app stores, you can't support data transfer. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I'd have to start from scratch. I put a lot of time into that game, not money. Money, barely anything. Those guys need to charge more for their game, but I'm not going to get that time back, unfortunately. I'll buy that version to support them, but I'll probably play that game on mobile more, honestly. There's like no difference. I already bought all the characters, which cost like a whopping like $12, and then it has full controller support, and I can play it from the phone. That sucks though. That's about what I expected. It's probably a nightmare to do that. That's definitely a deal breaker that they don't have that for anybody that's played it. That's right, this is coming to Steam. I don't think this game was terrible, but And definitely paled in comparison to Japanese stuff. I don't think it was as bad as people said it was, but the melee combat was lacking. You couldn't cancel. You had like no moveset. Uh, it's cool that they're like still working on this game. I don't think I'll bother coming back. The loot was awesome. The loot was really good. I liked how you had a lot more control over it than a lot of the Japanese stuff like Neo, but the actual moment-to-moment gameplay was not very interesting. The boss fights were awful too. They were very amateurish. They had shit design, and most of them only became fun when you just did so much damage that you didn't have to interact with them anymore. Those were my main problems with that game. Other than that, it was solid. But, I mean, unfortunately, it's a game where all you do is run around and kill things in melee combat. So, to have bad boss fights and small movesets kind of, like, makes it not very good. There's nothing else in that game at all, so it doesn't really have anything else to fall back on. So, the core gameplay kind of suffered because of it. I'm really depressed that those guys are making a shooter after Godfall. I'm like, good luck with that, man. That's like the most saturated market right there. There's so many shooters out right now. I don't know how they expect anybody to play their game over like Destiny 2 or something. Honestly, they should just take Godfall. I think they have a good premise there. It's just like make it better, make it at least somewhat on par with the Japanese stuff. Who knows? I don't really think another looter shooter is going to do well. There's Borderlands and Destiny. Like, that's all anybody's going to play. Yeah, it's a lot easier to make a game like that, though, than a melee game, that's for sure. Maybe that's why they're doing it. And you don't have to design movesets, and you don't have to design bosses that are going to be interacted with in melee combat. It's a lot easier to do that. I just don't see what the market is for something like that right now. I don't know. I want Western devs to get better at melee combat, but uh, the melee combat is usually really bad compared to the Asian stuff. Not just Japan, but like China and Korea, and then like also the boss fights are terrible. That's why I really like the Red Star. Like that game is subverting decade-long tropes. That game is made in America, I'm pretty sure, and it has good boss fights and good melee combat, and it's a good shmup too. Like that game is I wish there was like an alternate universe where that game was like wildly popular and they kept making more of those. That game is really good. It's just cool to see something like that come of outside of Asia, because Western developers sometimes they have decent melee combat. They always have shit boss fights. That was definitely one of the problems I had with Godfall. The boss fights were just annoying. That teleporting mage and stuff, and like the ones that put the shields and they put fire around so you can't even attack them. Like that shit needs to go. I don't know. I wonder how much of that is really their fault though. 'Cause they got that game was like No Man's Sky 2 pretty much. It got announced at like every major event, being a PS5 launch title, one of the like few games you could play. It's either like that or Demon Souls or Miles Morales, which was like not even really a fully fledged game. It's kind of like more like a side story kind of thing. And people had like crazy expectations for it. They just weren't able to meet them. I'm not sure if having more time would have made the moment to moment gameplay a lot better. There were some nice things about that game. It looked nice. Um, I thought the presentation was very good. The fact that you had unlimited space to carry loot is fucking legendary. Was the biggest problem with loot games, whether it's a looter shooter or like a Diablo type game or like Godfall, is always having to get rid of so much junk, and like 99% of it is useless. It was really cool in that game. You could just literally carry an unlimited amount. I think that's like the best thing we can take from that game, pretty much. But yeah, there's supposed to be a major update for that in like a couple weeks, right? I don't know if I'd bother reinstalling. It's like Neo without the combat, I guess would be the best way to describe that game, because all Neo has is the combat and the loot. Those are like the only things that are good about it. But it's a game where all you do is run around and kill things and get loot, so that makes it a good game by proxy. It's just the non-combat parts are boring because you can't jump, and the ways that the character can interact with the environment and stuff are very limited. But with Godfall, it was like they had good loot, but nothing else. Wow, this looks solid. What is this? Oh, this looks beautiful. Sure, I'll wishlist this. I heard this game was really bad. Uh, Vito on my Discord bought this game and he said it was super mundane. Another another shitty Tamsoft joint. I've seen gameplay of this. It looks very, very boring. I mean, it's got Ninja in the title, so I was kind of interested, despite the fact that it's got Neptunia and Senran Kagura in there. No, I'm not playing that one. That game just looked so dry. It looked like it had nothing going on. Gun Fu Fighter. Oh, I forgot about this. Forgot about this game. I forgot about this. Is anybody even gonna play this for more than a month? I don't see that game lasting more than a couple months. It's already a saturated genre, but it's like you're not even Dragon Ball without the powers and the martial arts, which is like all that series is. I don't know what they're thinking with that one. I think that's just something they're crapping out because they apparently they have to put out a Dragon Ball game every year to keep the license. I don't know if that's true, but it really seems like it is. I don't have any credibility to that rumor, but that's what I've heard. I heard they have to put out one every year, like Madden and Call of Duty and stuff and FIFA. Like they have to keep putting them out. But like I don't know, who's going to buy that? Who's going to play it? Wow, this actually doesn't look terrible. This actually looks pretty cool. This does not look bad at all. Sure. Wish list. It's like a battle royale kind of thing where you have like Dragon Ball villains, but most of the players play as random nobodies that can't fight, which sounds like a really boring premise for a Dragon Ball game. I don't know. I don't know who the demographic for that is. Yeah, I don't know who they're expecting to buy that. It's already competing with like Dead by Daylight, which is a huge game, and like Fortnite and stuff. Like I don't know what the market for that game is. Random. I think it's just worse because people were expecting Xenoverse 3 and they come out with that instead. It's like not something that anybody really wants. Dragon Ball is just not a good IP to do that kind of thing with. It It doesn't have the flexibility in game genres that like Star Wars has. You know, they've made plenty of Star Wars games where you just play as random nobodies that don't have powers. They're not Jedis or anything. Like Dragon Ball, it really is just it's just buff martial artists punching each other. There's no other there's nowhere else to go but that. The Star Wars fans are pretty lucky, all things considered, because they have like a lot more that they can do with Star Wars for video games. But like Dragon Ball, you kind of expect it to be just shirtless dudes and karate gis fighting. Like, there's nothing else that it really can be, but they're trying to do it anyway, and I think that's a recipe for disaster. Say what you want about Star Wars games, but they have like a lot of different genres for like people that don't just want to play Jedi's and stuff. I can't really say that. I can't really say that about Dragon Ball. Oh yeah, but they have like flight games. They have like the Lego games. They have Fallen Order. They have Battlefront. They have like all kinds of different Star Wars games. Oh, yeah, isn't there some kind of drama around the new Star Wars game? Like, what happened with that? I haven't really been following it. I hear people are not happy with that game for some reason. It's hard for me to tell if it's just people making a big deal out of nothing, or if there's like actually a problem. Hey, this looks solid. Wow, this looks really good. I like the movement as well. A lot of these indie Metroidvanias, they pale in comparison to actual Metroid. The character looks really good to control in this. I'm actually surprised. I like indie Metroidvanias, but I feel like they always really botch the movement. The character's not fun to control, which is like why people still play Super Metroid like almost 30 years later. But that game was that game called Overlord? That game looked really cool. Well, that's don't really have a lot of I know people are gonna ask what I'm playing. I just did a like half-hour long dumpster diving session. I did find a couple cool games in there, but yeah, probably gonna play a lot more PGR. Play that. Uh, well, actually, there's one more thing I wanted to show, and I think I'm gonna do like one more game tonight, and then I'm gonna call it a night after that. Hold on. I'm feeling a lot better now, by the way. Thank you guys for helping me navigate through all that anxiety. Greatly appreciated. Hold on. So this is all the stuff that they met. So they actually didn't do a lot of feature creep. they did a they did a really kick-ass job with the Kickstarter for this game, and the fact that it's coming out like not very long after is really nice too. But they came in swinging hard. They had a full demo, uh, and then like the stretch goals for like stuff that's not going to take like 8 years to add, like Shovel Knight. No, this is nowhere near Shovel Knight. Nowhere near. Because the thing about this is most of this does not require them to make new assets. That's the problem with Shovel Knight, was that they basically were making like whole new games. The characters in that were like basically whole new games. And it took them like 6 years to put it all out. There's nothing in here that's going to take that long. Speedrun mode, that doesn't require anything. Art gallery, nothing. Boss rush mode, all that stuff's already in the game. Remix mode, I have no idea what that is. Tower challenge, I have no idea what that is either. It's probably like a Bloody Palace type thing. New Game Plus, unless they do something really outlandish with it, that doesn't require much. Dash is the boss in the demo. So when you think about that, he already has like most of the assets required to be a playable character. I'm sure they'll add more, but he already has like sprite work done. Like they could almost make him playable already. Tag mode is already in the game because they've shown it on their Twitter multiple times and they're advertising it already. Extra moves, I don't know if this is already in the game or not, but yeah, they didn't they were very careful with this. Like it's still going to take some time, but it's not going to be like 6 years. That was the problem with Shovel Knight and Bloodstained, was that they promised too much stuff, and the things that they promised were like both expensive and they take time to make. Shovel Knight definitely delivered. The DLC in that game was great, and it was all free, but there were some problems. I heard that with Shovel Knight, they only raised like 500 grand for Shovel Knight, and 500 grand, even with a small team, that's nowhere near enough money to cover like constant daily development for like 6 years. So that's why that game was not steeply discounted. They only did like 20-30% off because they were like, I think they were relying on that money. The Jitsu Squad team, I think they actually did a pretty good job of like things that you want, like tag mode and stuff, but like not promising like a whole other campaign or like a dozen characters. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think they could realistically have like most of this stuff out by the end of the year. No, Bloodstained and Shovel Knight are in a whole different category. Bloodstained stuff's still not out. The game's been out for 3 years. They still don't have all that stuff out. They've been going at like a snail's pace. And then Zangetsu was shit. He was just, they just took the boss moves and they just mapped them to buttons. which just felt really half-finished. Plus, it's taken so long, too. Like, I already did everything in that game. All I have left is mods and randomizers. I don't really feel inclined to come back. This is actually, most of this is with existing assets, which I think is really cool. You want people to feel like they can back your game and actually see this stuff before they're in a retirement home. Because that was the problem with Shovel Knight. Bloodstained is still like that right now. I think they still have like a couple characters they have promised that aren't out yet. I don't even know what else is supposed to be coming to Bloodstained. Let's check. Like how this looks so much better than the game. I don't know. There were some things. The game itself was great when it actually did come out, but I think doing this kind of thing now, it wouldn't work. So, a number of reasons. First, this does not represent the game at all. Well, they tell you that, but the other problem was they promised it on the Wii U and Vita, which they had to cancel. They tried to put it on too many platforms at once. The Switch version was terrible. It still is, really. It's playable now, but I had that version. I got given a review key for it. It was awful. It was barely functional. But like these guys didn't have a demo at all. They had no playable demo. But then you go down to like the Kickstarter stuff, and they promised way too much. Wii U port. Yeah, the roguelike mode also didn't happen either. That did not happen. Apparently they said that the code base was all jacked up and they couldn't do it. I'm like, well, you raised $5 million to do it. Like, you'd better try to do it. like what? I think the randomizer actually is better. Because that's what like a lot of the really classic games like Symphony of the Night, Super Metroid, some of the Final Fantasy games, uh, Zelda, Metroid, they all have like randomizers which make the game more replayable. I think the roguelike dungeon was kind of a shit suggestion in the first place, but they did have to backpedal on this. I remember people were furious. My take on it was the randomizer should have been what it always was, because that's what a lot of games have those now. Even like Dark Souls, Elden Ring has a randomizer. That game's been out like barely a month. That game has a randomizer already. And think about like how big Elden Ring is. Having a randomizer for that game, you could get a lot of playtime out of that. Third playable character not in online challenge mode. I don't know if this got canceled. Vita port lol. Wii U port lol. Yeah, they promised like way too much stuff. I didn't even think they were even like actively working on the game at the time. Boss Revenge mode is already out, isn't it? Yeah, they did add that like last year, I think. The prequel games were the Inti Creates Curse of the Moon games. Both of those games are really good. And they still got a ways to go. All right, folks, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm I'm drained from the impromptu anxiety attack. I'm gonna go ahead and take it easy. Uh, I might try to be on in the afternoon. I know I keep saying that, but I might. We'll see how I feel. I'm a little bit mentally drained from all these random problems happening and stuff. I kind of need to take it easy. Jitsu Squad's in a couple days, and I'll be playing that game hardcore. So, we're just gonna go from there. We're gonna play it by ear. Just gonna play random stuff, and you guys will just have to like it. But thanks for all the support tonight. Thanks for all the moral support. If there is any kind of long-standing problem, I do have some contingency plans. So, we'll do what we can. Good night.